Now let us learn about variable arguments. So for explanation, I already have some example. Let us look at this. See, I want to have one method called show, and that method without any parameters, one parameter, two parameter, three parameters, as many as I want, I should be able to pass the parameters, right? So if I want to call this method show 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and so on, I want to pass many parameters. As many parameters I pass, the method should work. So how it is possible? See, just now we saw method overloading. So this is one method, show, without any arguments. This is with one argument, this is with the three argument. So I should write so many methods, right, with a different number of arguments. So this is possible with method overloading. But is there any other way that I write only one method and it should work for all the number of parameters? Yes, that is nothing but variable arguments, variable number of arguments, not a fixed amount of arguments. Usually method take fixed number of arguments. Always we have to pass those many arguments. But here variable arguments. So let us see how to write this method. I'll write a method void show. Now this takes integer values. I am passing integer values, and one thing, important thing is all these values are of same type, right? They are not of different type. So integer type. If you say no, I want to pass float, then you can take floats. All must be same here, right? All are integers. Dot 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 x. That's it. So this three dots defines a variable argument. This was there already in C++, but in Java 1.7 it is introduced, and this was called as ellipse in C++. So here it is called as variable argument. Now that x is a variable argument, it can take any number of values. So it is nothing but, if you see this one, integer array x. It is just like that. So it's an array of integer. That array of can be of any size. Even if you don't pass anything, it will be null, and if you pass one value, it will take it as one value, and 3 values, 4 values, 10 values, as many values you want, you can pass. So that is an integer array. But from here, I am not passing array. This is not an array. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. So I am passing 4 parameters that are converted in the form of an array. That is the reason you have to use dot dot dot. You cannot use this one. This and this doesn't have exactly same meaning, but they are similar. Similar in what sense? This is an array, this is also an array. But dot 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 means it will combine all the arguments and make it as an array. But if you write this one in place of this, then you must pass an array. You cannot pass the argument like this, variable arguments. So for passing variable arguments, you have to use this. It means, can I pass it like this? Call show method by passing new anonymous array. Means there is no name for this array, and I will pass the values 10, 20, 30, 40. This is an array object. I am sending an array. This is an array of element. Can we pass this also to that one? Yes. But if you see, this is an array, but this is not an array. These are 4 arguments, right? These are 5 arguments. This is not an array. So it works for this array also and this variable arguments also. This dot dot dot. Instead of this, if I use this, then it will work only for this last one. It will not work for all these. Now let us see how to use this. I want to print the values whatever it is having. So I can use a for each loop. As I said, it is like an array. So say for integer a belongs to x, and here says system.out.println a. So that's it. By using a for each loop, you can access all the elements of that variable argument. So this is the idea of variable argument. So if at all you require a single functionality for various number of arguments, then you can go for variable arguments and you can define it like this. Now a few more things in this one. If suppose you want to have a method that is show, which will take one of the integer value compulsory, and then next is a variable argument, you can define it like this also. So one value will be mandatory for this one, and next is a variable argument. So this will not work for this one because I am not passing anything. This will work. I am passing 10 and this will be null, nothing. And here this 10 will go here, 20 and 30 will go into this one. So you can make some mandatory arguments and also you can take a ellipse, that is variable argument. And the variable argument should be the last one. It should be the last parameter. And you cannot take multiple variable arguments. Alright, you can have any data type, not just integer, you can take any type of data. So these type of methods are very useful. They work like generalized methods which take any number of arguments that you are passing. Now I'll explain you something more about this one. See, if you have learned C language, you might have used this function, that is printf. Here we give something in a string. How many arguments you can pass? Suppose I have some values. Integer a assign 5, b assign 6 and c assign 7, d assign 8. Suppose I have some variable, or I may be having many variables. I want to print them. So the method in C languages, I have to give %d for the control characters or the placeholder for all these variables. Then I can write a, b, c, d. How many I can write here? As many as you want. So I have only 4, so I have given 4. So total arguments, if you count, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a string which is containing control characters, and then I have 4 more. So total 5 arguments are there. So in printf, how many arguments you can pass? You can pass as many as you want. So it means printf is based on variable arguments. Yes, printf uses ellipse in C language, right? C as well as it is there in C++ also. So it uses that ellipse in C language, which allows variable number of arguments. As many as you want, you can give, it will accept. So the same thing is introduced in Java also in version 1.7. So one more interesting thing to know, in Java, for printing anything, we have a method called system.out.println we have. But from version 1.7, we have printf also. That same printf of C language. If a programmer is coming from C language, means the basic language he have already learned is C, then he may not feel comfortable with println, so let him continue with printf only. So Java has introduced printf method inside system.out object, so you can use printf just like C language. So you don't have to write just printf, you have to also include system.out. So as this printf allow variable arguments, so this should also allow variable arguments. So that is the reason Java started supporting variable arguments, and it's a very powerful feature that allows a programmer to write generalized methods for various number of arguments. So that's all about variable arguments. So we will look at the demo for this one in the next video. So that's all in this video.